DREDGE, one of the most popular indie games from 2023, has gone on to inspire future video games and even a board game. This is Deep Regrets, an unfortunate fishing game. In Deep Regrets, you will be playing as a fisherman trying to fish up horrible monstrosities to prove that you are the best fisherman in all of the sea, probably. As you can see, I've already opened it up and played a game or two. So I will show you how it's done. Let me just set everything up first and I'll show you. The inside of the box also has this great, fantastic art. I love it all over the place. This is really cool. Some of the best box art I've ever seen, and it's on the inside of the box. The game comes with one of these rule books, you know, as games tend to do. The absolute coolest thing, though, I think, is this metal coin. It's really cool and well detailed. There are 5 character colors to pick from. All of them are double-sided, so if you want to be a horrifying monster instead, you can do just that. Every player has a can of worms, a lifeboat, and 2 of these fishing helper cards, so you know what all of the icons mean, or when you are fishing, you know the fishing difficulty of every fish on every shoal. Each 9 of these piles is a shoal. On your turn when you are at sea, you will pick a shoal to fish from. If you look closely at each of these shoals, you can see the size of the fishes based on the shadows. So this one is small, this one is large, here's a medium. At the start of each day, you will grab your dice and you will roll them, and whatever you roll is your fishing power. Whoever has the most fishing power will take the life preserver and give it to one of the other players. This life preserver will subtract 2 from either a fish's difficulty, or if they are at port, subtract $2 from one of the shop items that you can get. In addition to the life preserver, there is also a anchor for the first player tracker and a buoy for the day tracker. You can only catch fish at the level that you are currently at, so if you want to get to a deeper level, you will have to discard a die to go to that level. To go about catching a fish, you would reveal a fish, and if you have enough fishing power, you may catch it. So I would spend 2 dice to catch this Goliath grouper. Each fish has its difficulty to catch, so it's a 2, and then it's a value, so 4 for this one. And they tend to have an ability, so if I eat this, I can increase the power of 2 of my dice and discard a regret. When I play the game, I never eat any of my fish. They are usually better to just sell the fish. So there are 2 types of fish in the game. There are the fair fish and there are the foul fish. The foul fish tends to make you draw regret cards. The more regret cards that you have, the lower on the madness board you would go. So if I had 1 regret card, I would go here. If I had 13 regret cards, I would go here. Each regret card has a regret value. Wow. The madness board is based on how many regret cards you have. At the end of the game, whoever has the highest regret value will have to discard one of their fish. So you must be careful. In the 60 card regret deck, there are 6 trivial regrets, 24 nagging regrets, 20 heavy regrets, and 10 deep regrets. It is beneficial to have more regret cards because then you can hold more dice and your foul fish will have higher values, and the foul fish already have higher values than fair fish to begin with. If you fail to catch a fish, say I only have this 3 left, and I cannot catch Haley's Folly here, then I must discard one of my dice and catch a dink instead. This is a dink. Dinks tend to either reduce the shop cost or reduce a fish's difficulty value. With the worms, you can peek at one of the shoals for free. Without showing anyone else, I would look at this card and then put it back. And then I would flip over the can of worms, and now I can only get more worms if I go back to port. The lifeboat, it has a once per game use where you can make port from sea. So, when you do that, you get 10 regret points. This does not count as a regret card, but it does count as 10 for your regret value at the end of the game. At port, you may buy rods, reels, supplies, or more dice. Your dice bag is over here and contains blue dice, green dice, and yellow dice. The blue dice are the worst, which only has 0, 0, 1, and 2 on it. The green dice are exactly like your player dice, 1, 1, 2, 3, and the yellow dice have a 2, a 3, a 2, and a 3. There are more blue dice than green dice, and there are more green dice than there are yellow dice. 7 yellow dice, 8 green dice, and 9 blue dice. When you are at port, you may mount one of your fish into either the trophy or the prize catch slots to increase the value at the end of the game. However, if you have the most regret value at the end of the game, you must remove one of your fish. There are 10 rod cards, 10 reel cards, and 20 supply cards. The rods, most of them are not great. However, some of them are really good, such as the Rod of the Infinite. This Rod of Fortune card isn't great because, as the way that I play the game, I don't catch fair fish later in the game. Slucky Pole is partially good. Rod of the Deep is like Rod of the Infinite, except not quite as good. Narwhal Rod is pretty good. Stops Cthulhu from eating ye. All fish cost 1 less difficulty to catch. Split Bamboo Pole. Small fish are not a great catch, so the Split Bamboo Pole sucks. The Wooden Brass Rod. Middling fish, kind of similar to the Split Bamboo Pole. Trawling Rod is good because large fish, well, I mean it's good, but it's not as good as the Narwhal Rod. And the Rod of the Machineal is actually pretty good because foul fish will cost less to catch. And then there's the Rod of the Dead, which is really good. You can ignore reveal and catch abilities on the fish you reveal and catch. So that's really good. The reels are a bit harder to just figure out which ones are the best. There's the Manifold Reel, the Wooden Brass Reel, the Stop Latch, the Center Pin Reel, the Reel of the Deep, the Bone Wheel, the Abyssal Reel, the Reel of Fortune, the Reel of the Infinite, and the Solid Brass Reel. The supply items are one-time use abilities that can range from whatever to very powerful. So like the Scotch Egg lets you refresh one of your dice. Mermaid Eyes lets you peek at 2 fish. Sea Monkey's Paw lets you draw regret and refresh 2 dice. Book of the Deep lets you draw regret and peek at 1 row. The Diving Lantern lets you reveal 3 fish in any order. The cloche acts like a 4th mounted fish, so you cannot remove it from the cloche, but it will double the value of the fish. So that's a good one. Absinthe lets you discard 5 regrets at random. The Curious Spyglass lets you peek at 1 column. The Claw Hammer lets you return all of your mounted fish to your hand. Okay. The Jar of Leeches lets you reduce a fish difficulty by 4. Cascale lets you discard 2 regrets. The Cullen Skink lets you refresh 2 dice. The Barbadian Dark Rum lets you discard 3 regrets. Moonshine lets you discard 4 random regrets. The Black Tea lets you discard 1 regret. The Restless Stone lets you draw 2 regrets and refresh 3 of your dice. The Bucket of Chum lets you draw 3 regrets and reduce a fish difficulty to 0. This one is very powerful. Haley's Diving Bell lets you move your boat down 1 depth for free. The Bag of Maggots lets you reduce a fish difficulty by 2. And the Heart of the Fathoms lets you reveal all the fish in any order. If you have 13 regret cards, you also get this $1 port discount, which means that you can just go to port and steal stuff. Being evil is fun. If you are playing in solo mode, you would flip the Madness board over and have this Ocean Survey board instead, because there is no port in solo mode. If you like Dredge, you will like this game. However, some of the cards in this game are really gross, so if you are squeamish, I would not recommend getting this game. Now, there is also a solo mode to the game, where you would go about the game by yourself, if you are a lonely sailor, and you would fill out this ocean survey sheet. The game comes with a lot of these sheets. I do not know how you would play this many. I think solo mode is more fun when you discover the fish for the first time. So, if you are interested in getting this game and you do not want to be spoiled on any more of the fish in this game, then you should starting off with the dinks, we have, oh great, a great one to start off with, a finger. We have a wallet. Oh, we have sea glass, moon jellyfish, ear, fish head, a shrimp, a tire, an eel, a locket, a whitebait, ballyhoo, pocket watch, old boot, no effect, but acts like you got something good, a message in a bottle, oh, a toe, ew, another really gross one, clump of seaweed, pinfish, crab, doll head, a scad, a bearer bond, a syringe, an odd ring, and a pearl. For the depth 1 fish, we have payara, a swordfish, a cutthroat trout, an eye fish, a fugu, a foot ewe, a flying gurnard, the tidal trafficker, the sheep's head, the cax, a tumorous fish, a coelacanth, a day octopus, a ghoul ray, a barracuda, a trigger fish, a black scabbard fish, a corpse, Haley's folly, osteofish, parasitic larvae, pram, sunfish, sockeye salmon, hammerhead shark, lionfish, flounder, striped marlin, geist, Goliath grouper, scrat, mahi-mahi, filefish, misery stalker, whiptail stingray, tiger shark, black sea bass, manta ray, and man of war. For depth 2 fish, we have the mollusk, porcupine fish, frilled shark, sty eel, brittle lung, store worm, sarcastic fringe head, orca, selkie, crachenspawn, Bathyphysa conifera, the whispering skull, the bubo, the great white shark, the deep dealer, the giant octopus, the monkfish, the Midas devil, the northern stargazer, the iron coffin, the halibut, the colossal squid, the sea monkey, the bowel angel, the submatriarch, a very difficult to catch. Submatriarch costs 1 more difficulty to catch for each fish you have in your hand. The siren, the spider crab, fried egg jellyfish, the rotfish, the green moray, the amulet of Argartha. The amulet of Argartha is one of the best catches in the game because you get to add this dice to your player board for the rest of the game. Ho 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 ho. The humpback whale, the Dunkleosteus, bluefin tuna, grief lurker, box jellyfish, Mermaid, yeah, it's not as pretty as you'd imagine. Remora and Lamprey. For depth 3, we have the Sea Bishop, the Trauma Leech, the Plug. Display this face up on the table. At the start of each player's turn, discard the top leftmost fish in the sea. When you pull the plug, the sea will start to drain and fish will be lost. Pustor, Murmur, Barrel Eye, Lanternfish, Skitterfin, Phantom Jellyfish, Two-Face, a Human, a Deep Worm, Benthic Slug, Abyssal Colony, the Whale of Rockabari, the Treasure Chest, the Varicola, the Gulper Eel, the Oarfish, the Hagfish, the Aphotic Asp, the Eversquid, the Gloom Orphan, the Magnapina Squid. The Magnapina Squid is the highest value fair fish at 7. The Giant Isopod, the Massive Eyes, the Bathel Queen, the Slit Mouth, No Face, Abyssal Star, Bride of the Sea, Kelpie, Goblin Shark, the Profound Peddler, the Anglerfish, the Writhing Mass, the Rockabari Denizen, the Hollow Earth Infant, and the Kraken. Ho 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 ho. In addition, if you had backed the game on Kickstarter, the game would also come with the Lamentable Tentacles mini expansion, which will include 18 more fish cards. There are 6 more for each depth. We have the Mimic Octopus, the Giant Cuttlefish, the Sea Cattle, the Tri-Tentacle, the Blue-Ringed Octopus, the Blanket Octopus, the Nautilus, the Giant Squid, the Vampire Squid, the Hollow Earthworm, the Overmind, the Psychic Interloper, the Dumbo Octopus, which is just adorable. It's so cute, I could just eat it. Don't eat it. There's the Capictoctopus, the Sharpeirinope Squid, Bane of the Stars, Hadal Shade, and the great old one, Cthulhu himself. Look at that. If you got the Lamentable Tentacles mini expansion with the Kickstarter kit, then it also comes with the Biggest Regret cards. You can be sentimental, unambitious, neurotic, curmudgeonly, or lonely. You would hand one of these to each player at the beginning of the game. And the more regret cards they have, the stronger their ability will be. This is for people who like asymmetrical board games. While I was making this video, they released a new Kickstarter for Shallow Regrets, which is a sort of Deep Regrets light version. Similar gameplay, but, you know, with a lot less cards and a much cuter art style. Look at this great white shark, he's so adorable. So I will include a link to this Kickstarter right now so you can get the Shallow Regrets card game.